Good morning. My name is Craig Garret, and I am a board of directors member for the South Dade Chamber of Commerce. I have the opportunity this morning to sit down and do the South Dade Shoutout. Very privileged to be able to do this. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to be here in this beautiful studio, and I'm very excited to get to know Miss Sandra, or Sandy, as she told me to call her, from Kicks Charitable Foundation.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm very excited to learn a little bit about what you guys do here in South Dade. I did a little bit of research last night and was excited to be able to do this stuff. So tell me a little bit about you guys and tell me your story and how you guys created this.
Well, it's great to be here. Thanks for having us. We, as you said, we're Kicks Charitable Foundation, Inc., and we are a nonprofit that partners with Florida Human Services nonprofits throughout the state of Florida to gift new kicks, new sneakers to people who are completing self-help programs.
Very nice.
Therapy programs. Yes, we're very focused on that.
Very cool. Very cool. You know, everybody needs a new pair of shoes. I'm a big shoe fanatic. I have a closet full of them. Tell me, why shoes? Why kicks?
Well, and I will tell you that story. The sneaker culture is tremendous and huge at this point. I can say based on my age, that sneaker culture isn't new. We were always excited as kids about getting new Keds or whatever the new pair of sneakers was. And now, I mean, there's a lot of significance to having new sneakers. And for us and for the work that we do, it symbolizes bold steps forward that people are taking as they go through their journey of self-help to succeed. And the new sneakers to us sends a message of the community's affirmation in our belief in their ability to complete their self-help programs and to step forward back into a community that needs and values their talents.
I love that.
And so there's a special messaging there, and they're brand new sneakers. They're individually purchased for each individual that we gift them to. And that's basically our message and our work. We're specifically doing that.
I love that. I love that. What was the inspiration behind the brand? What got you going?
So Kicks Charitable Foundation, Inc. is actually a beautiful thing that came out of a very tough and difficult story. This nonprofit was formed in memory of our daughter, Sandy Hoppe, who passed after a 3-year battle with cancer back in 2022 at the age of 25. Yes. She was well known as a track and field athlete throughout high school here, and grew up in Homestead, born and raised in Homestead, Florida. Was on the track and field team at Westminster Christian School in Palmetto Bay, which actually launched her track and field career. A great kid who had a lot of compassion for other people, loved sneakers, as a runner. She was actually featured in the South Dade News Leader for her district and regional championships. Very nice. It's kind of an interesting circle that we're back now doing her work and perpetuating her work. We learned after she passed, and she was a sneakerhead and a fashionista and an all-around smart kid. Her network of friends nicknamed her Slick Vic.
Slick Vic.
Which is where we're, headed toward the name of our nonprofit. After she passed, so many people let us know that she was out there quietly without a lot of fanfare, buying new sneakers for people who were in her network, who maybe were in some sort of a struggle with mental wellness, with any kind of a struggle that, that she saw them in, and said, this is her way of telling them that she believed in their ability to succeed and to step forward. And we found out about a lot of this after she passed. And we said, we want to perpetuate this and keep it going.
Yeah.
And so, how can we do this? We have to do this as closely to what she did as possible.
That's right.
So we said,
to keep her light shining.
Can we get nonprofits to partner with us so that we can reach out to all the people that they serve and get this message in there to them? Because these are silent battles, I think, that people are struggling with. Their moms, their dads, their children, their spouses. They're going to therapy and they're managing families and they're managing jobs. And they need some support from the community specifically to let them know that we believe in them and that we need them back in the community.
That's right.
And so, we put this nonprofit together in late 2023.
Okay, so it's pretty new. It's 3 years.
We're new. A retired compliance director from an insurance company, that would be me, and a retired school teacher, who's our vice president. We have I
met Tracy in the back. I couldn't get him to come out here.
We have a law enforcement officer who is our fundraising and development coordinator. That would be our older daughter, Megan. And we have a finance sneaker guy who's been in the sneaker business for a few years. That would be our other board member, Sean Diaz, who's a very dear family friend and was a very important person to Vicky.
Okay, so
during her young life.
So you brought the family aspect into that and brought a little friendship into it. Now you've created something very beautiful.
So we actually put our business hats on and said, we're going to do this. We're going to put this together. And we are so proud that so far to date, 9 major human services nonprofits in South Florida have partnered with us.
Okay, very nice.
To get these sneakers going. And it's a process that we engage them in so that the people they serve know that this is an effort that is being made to show them that we care about them.
That's right.
These nonprofits actually have to get sneaker sizes for these folks and deliver them to us. And we go out and we shop for each individual. And we want them to experience the sneaker unboxing. We want them to have the newest and best things on the market that we can afford to buy with the donations that we receive. And these shoes are delivered back to these organizations to distribute to the folks that they serve. We don't necessarily see those folks. There's a lot of privacy around the work that they do, and we respect that. And we deliver the sneakers for them to distribute to the people they serve. And we often get pictures back of the feet in the sneakers. And that's really all we need to know, is that they were delivered and that these people understand that, we support them in their journey.
I love that.
And we actually have a little tag on there with some inspirational words from Vicky Hoppe. To give that are delivered to them as they receive the sneakers.
So I'm hearing that the community was very, very important to Vicky. It's now very, very important to you guys. You guys are bringing that back. What makes your work unique in the South Dade community?
What makes our work unique, and we do want to distinguish it from some of the other work that's being done. There are a lot of amazing nonprofits out there that are doing emergency basic needs work for a lot of people who need those emergency services. They are sneaker donation companies, nonprofits. There are companies that are recycling sneakers and giving them to people who, are in need of those basics: food, clothing, and shelter.
Absolutely.
And some of those organizations do reach out to us. We don't have the bandwidth to provide sneakers in the hundreds and, for the big shelters that need them. However, we do talk to them, and we always reach kind of a point where we say, hey, we know you're running this shelter, but I bet you're running some specific programs within that shelter for maybe people who are emerging from domestic violence situations, people who are human trafficked and are emerging from these situations, people who are recovering from substance abuse. If you're running those kind of smaller programs with smaller sets of people, those are the people we're reaching out to, and we want to encourage them.
I love that.
So we go in, we're pretty laser focused on that as a mission.
That's good. That's good to have the mission drilling down to those that it's really going to, it's going to go above and beyond for. Absolutely.
And we certainly recommend and partner with some of these other organizations and we say, hey, if you need 200 or 300 pairs of sneakers in a hurry for people who are in these shelters without anything, here's who you can go to. Here's who can help you.
Nice. Very nice.
So we try to do the best we can. We're very focused.
So with your mission, what do you think your challenge or your challenges are that you're trying to solve? What is the ultimate, hey, this is what we do, this is what we're looking for? You have a little bit of a niche market, if you will. Tell me a little bit about that.
So ultimately, as far as the people that we serve, we want to make sure that our end result is to reach out to as many of these organizations, these Florida human services nonprofits, as possible, so that we can reach as many people as possible.
Absolutely.
That's what makes us happy. The challenges that we face as a small nonprofit, and other small nonprofits would probably agree, that a lot of organizations that give grants and that sponsor nonprofits continue to sponsor the bigger nonprofits. It's got a bigger name associated with it. It's got more of a exposure than maybe we do. So everything that we're doing as an organization, we're appealing to small businesses, which is why it's great to be members of the Chamber of Commerce too. We're growing every year, and we want to encourage small businesses to grow with us.
That's right.
The ticket prices for our annual events are lower than what you maybe would normally see some of the other larger organizations doing. We want to bring people in. Our sponsorship levels are lower than what some of the other nonprofits might be asking for in terms of an annual sponsorship, because we want to bring corporations in. It's a great opportunity for smaller businesses to sponsor work that we do and to show their employees that they're engaged in the community. And that, in addition to working for a smaller business, you're working for a business that supports this type of a mission.
Yeah.
And I think, everybody can probably think back on their family units and recall somebody who was in a sort of a struggle.
That's right.
To come through, a journey like this. And so I think it touches everybody. And as I said, it's a great way for smaller businesses to sponsor and support in smaller monetary amounts and to grow with us.
Yeah, I think a challenge sometimes with small business or business in general, donating or participating in some of the larger charities or larger foundations, it's tough to know how that touches our community versus spreading amongst the masses. And look, I think it's important to support all causes and needs. But when we're talking about specifically South Dade and specifically a smaller organization like you guys, how can our viewers get involved with that? How can they get involved and donate or help out?
So the basic ways to donate and help out would be, obviously, you can jump on our website and you can make a donation. We're also very visible out there in the community. We participate in a lot of festivals. We were just at Military Appreciation Night at Losner Park. Yeah. We do the Rotary Club's Homestead Seafood Festival. We're also members of the Coconut Grove Chamber of Commerce. We have an office in Coconut Grove. That's where we have some shared office space there. Mm-hmm. That location is kind of a hub where we can reach out to North Dade as well as South Dade. Yeah. So we do work there too. We have some events that we participate in and sponsor annually that are fundraisers. We have an event that is our second annual Slicks Kickback, we call it. And that is a celebratory ticketed fundraising event that takes place here in South Dade.
Very nice.
It's coming up on October 10th. We have live music. We have plated dinner. We have drinks. We celebrate our successes, our donors and supporters, and interested community members come. The tickets are $75 a piece. And we have a great time.
I love that. Maybe I'll definitely come be a part of that. How does being part of the South Dade community shape your work?
It's really it was an unexpected kind of opportunity and blessing in that, as I said, we originally started out our offices in Coconut Grove. We are networking there and working with people there. We learned, and I guess it was through social media, that Christie House had opened up a location in Homestead. And the Chamber of Commerce hosted a Chamber After Dark event there several weeks back. And we said, let's go check this out, because we had not gained really a lot of traction in South Dade with our nonprofit. Interestingly enough, and you never know where things are going to hit, the Broward County Human Services nonprofits learned about us through social media and reached out for those they serve. And so a lot of our work was there. We've worked in Orlando. We've worked in Tally. We weren't getting the traction in South Dade.
I got you.
That we had hoped. And we feel like it's a little bit underserved.
Yeah.
It's underserved. And so we showed up for Christie House and met Karen Moss from the South Dade Chamber. And he said, you should join. And honestly, it's a high energy group, and we're happy to be part of it because we've participated in a lot of events.
I love it. That's my next question. What does the chamber membership mean to your business or your organization? How is that? How are we supporting you, and are we supporting you?
Yes, because they're an active group. There are a lot of opportunities to network and a lot of opportunities to talk to South Florida business owners and get the word out. Events like this and other newspaper ads and opportunities, have helped. But also, we stress that it's a partnership. We are a business, and what we want South Florida businesses and homestead businesses to know is if you partner with us, we are also partnering with you. We want to advertise for you. We want to drive people into your businesses. People who support us, we want them to come to your businesses as well. And so it's kind of a shared experience.
Very nice.
That we want to do with the local businesses here.
I love that. You talked a little bit about your event on October the 10th. Do you have any other upcoming events that we need to be looking out for?
So the event on October 10th is our big annual get together.
Where's that at?
It is actually at the Gardens of Weber Manor here in South Dade.
Okay.
Which is just, I think, right outside of Homestead on Southwest 157th Ave. It's an outdoor event. We are so excited about that event this year. Our keynote speakers, and I'm going to spill the beans a little bit here. We have Luis Valenzuela, who is the curator and founder of the Miami Shoe Museum.
Wow. Okay.
He is coming to keynote speak. We're going to have some fun diving into sneaker culture and what has made sneakers so prominent and great over the years. We also have Andre Espinoza, who is the marketing manager for Dick's House of Sport. They have really emerged as, being kind of cultural leaders with wellness and activity. They're not just a retailer out of the Dadeland store. And he is going to come and talk to the crowd about wellness and activity and the value of having sneakers in the mix.
Well, it definitely sounds like something I don't want to miss. I'm looking forward to maybe being able to be a part of that.
That'd be great.
That's awesome.
We'd love to have you.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the listeners, how they can get involved. Can you give me your website? What's the website?
slickskicks.org.
Slickskicks.org. Easy enough. Yeah. Instagram, Facebook, social media, you're everywhere.
We have Slicks Kicks Charitable on Instagram. We have a Facebook page as well. And so, jump out there and see what we're doing. That's where you can really keep up with our events and where we've been distributing sneakers. And what's coming up next. We're really proud of two of the partnerships that we formed here in South Dade recently. We did a shoe distribution at Chapman Partnership in Homestead, and we also did a sneaker distribution at Start Off Smart Inc. Here in Homestead.
Very nice.
For the high school kids who are participating in some wellness programs there. So,
very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Well, tell me, So Tracy, he sat in the back a little bit. He said he didn't want to get in front of the camera. What is Tracy's role here in the organization?
So Tracy's our vice president, and so we're a small group, but small but mighty. All volunteers. We don't take any compensation for what we do. Tracy's our vice president. He is out there networking, and he is also very important to the shoe distribution process. Tracy and I, and usually the two younger folks as well, because they're more in tune with the latest sneakers, and we want to make sure that we're buying the latest and greatest. But we do put them in outer cartons. We tissue paper them. We gift wrap them so that these folks are getting a very special gift.
I love that.
And so Tracy is a very important part of that, helping with the purchasing, the wrapping, and the distribution of the shoes.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I was messing with him a little bit back there. I tried to get him to come here. He said, I can't take any shine from her. He said that Sandy takes care of everything. And that she was the boss, the La Jefa, and that he had to stay in the back. So that was good. We talked a little bit about how folks that would like to donate can reach out and help out. If somebody's in need, or we know a family or organization that might be in need, what is the best route to reach out?
So the way we set this up originally is we do have a form on our website. If you're a Florida nonprofit in human services and you want the sneakers for those you serve, you fill out that form. Okay. And we take a look at it, we vet it, and we make sure that you are, you're out there doing what you said you're doing. And then we will reach out and set something up. Our email is also on the website. Our office phone number's on the website. You can reach out those ways too.
I love that.
So, we're accessible in those ways to anybody who is interested in getting these sneaker gifts for those that they serve. Or those in need. And so that's how we roll.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. What would you say? Well, what advice would you give somebody that's looking to start up a nonprofit, that's wanting to do something? They know that there's a need out in the community and they want to start something. We were kind of, I guess when we decided we wanted to perpetuate this work that Vicki did, it was all systems go. Yep.
And so, I think you have to have the passion. And then you have to have the compassion for those you want to serve. And I think that you have to stay focused in your mission statement, because it's very easy for that to get diluted, because there's a lot of need out there and a lot of people need a lot of things.
Yes.
And I think that you have to stay focused. From a business standpoint, it's a lot of work. And I think it's the same amount of work as starting up any business. It's just that you're volunteers and you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
And so your passion drives you to do that. But I think you need to have good legal team supporting you. You need to have good CPAs supporting you. You need to have a good web team, a tech team, if you're not that techie person, to keep everything up and running for you. And you have to keep all of that going.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What does success look like for you in 1 year from now?
I think that we're pretty good at leveling our expectations. And I think that each year, if we add more nonprofits as partners, we feel very successful, because that means that we're reaching that many more people. Corporate sponsors are so important. I do want to mention our corporate sponsor, Active Auto Work of Miami. They're BMW specialists.
Oh, beautiful.
Up there in Miami. And they went out there and sponsored us when we were new. And we so appreciate their support. But I think, if to the extent that we're successful in onboarding some more businesses, some more small businesses, we're going to feel very successful. And we're kind of, like I said, level setting as we go.
I love that. I love that. One famous local business here in South Dade that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. One local business. How about Harley-Davidson, since I'm sitting here looking at since I'm sitting here looking at, we would love for you guys to ride for us one day if you get some sponsors.
We should definitely do that. We could definitely put something together.
Anything like that. We'd love to have you at our events. And
I know the guy that gets to make that decision, and I think he'd be into it.
And anything like that, any support like that. So that would be great. And right now we are, we're appealing to our South Dade Chamber of Commerce people and our Coconut Grove Chamber of Commerce people to jump in and first and foremost to help to agree that the mission that we serve is important because it touches so many homes.
Absolutely.
And also to show their employees that they're engaged in the community.
I love that. Well, Sandy, we've talked about a lot today.
We have.
We've talked about how Slick Kicks helps the community, how it came about, the things that you're doing constantly to continue to give back to this beautiful community here in South Dade and North Dade. All over, you spread a wide cast net, so that's awesome. Anything that I missed today that you want to make sure that we discuss?
I think we pretty much covered it. We're so happy with the work that we've been able to do so far. I will add that we have individually purchased sneakers for and sent our message to nearly 500 people so far through our work with these nonprofits. And so we're very happy about that. And we get feedback sometimes from these organizations that these people have gone on and moved forward with their lives. And that means everything to us because that's what we're here for.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's been great.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for allowing me to host this and get to know you a little bit more. The South Dade Chamber of Commerce really appreciates you taking the time and allowing us to do the shout out with you guys. Again, if you guys need anything, if you want to reach out to Miss Sandy, if you want to help support Slick Kicks, all you have to do is go to slickskicks.org.
That's it.
And check out their website. This is a great, great opportunity to give back to a fantastic cause. And I appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Awesome. Have a great day.